morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, I wanted to talk about 5 benefits of calling your EAP or using your EAP during this pandemic, because right now we know it's a very high stress, high anxiety time for many of us. And the EAP is actually, for those who do not know it, the EAP or Employee Assistance Program is a benefit that your employer is already paying for. So whether their goal is to help the employee be well, because when the employee is well, the employee does a lot better for the employer. So they want you to be well because they want you to be a good employee, to do well for them. So first benefit is that you already earned this benefit just by being an employee of that company. Just by the simple fact that you are employed there, you already have the benefit. The employer is paying for it, whether or not you're using it. The employee is already part of that program. So it's there for you. It's available to you, whether or not you use it. So you might as well use it because you already have it. 2, it can give you access to resources to help you cope. Even if you're not going for extra outside help, calling your employee assistance program, they may be able to provide you some resources that they have right there. Maybe some pamphlets, maybe some access to resources on their website, whatever, depending on your EAP, they will have different resources available. So reach out to them, find out what it is that they may have to offer that you can benefit from. 3, 24-hour access to telephonic support. Most employee assistance programs have that service where 24 hours a day you can call your EAP number, and they may be able to connect you with support like in the middle of the night. 24-hour access to telephonic support, meaning that they have professionals who may be able to talk to. You may be able to talk to even in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock when this thing is really stressing you out, whatever, or maybe you're a 4 o'clock person. But they have 24-hour telephonic support, most of them. I can't really speak for specifically the one at your job, but the ones I've dealt with generally all have an employee telephonic support line that you can call at any time and get access to someone who can help you through, something quick, something easy, something right now before you get to the next phase, which is free access to a therapist. Most EAPs will give about 5 or 6. Those are the 2 numbers that I generally see. They'll authorize 5 or 6 sessions with a therapist. And this is not, hey, this is the therapist you have to go to. The EAP is part of a program or part of a coalition or part of a group or a network. That's the word, part of a network. The EAP is usually part of a network that has certain therapists who are in network, and those therapists, just as if you called your health insurance company, they would give you access to therapists that are in their network. Your EAP will have therapists that are in network that you can go see, or that you can see remotely, because right now a lot of us are doing remote services. I see people via video, or some people are doing text, some people are doing telephone, just over the telephone. But whatever is accessible and convenient for you, you may be able to find a therapist in your area who is in your EAP's network and can help support you through this process. And again, they give you about 5 or 6 sessions, and sometimes they will renew or give you an additional 5 or 6, or maybe even 2, or maybe 2, whatever it is that your program or your employer has signed up for. But hey, at least use up those 5 or 6. And finally, it's available to your family, because it's not just you that's going to be going through this process. Your family's dealing with a lot of things as well. So if maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's one of your children who is experiencing a higher level of anxiety or higher stress level, or for whatever reason needs access to someone. If your employer is part of an EAP network, your child, your spouse, or you may be able to access that therapist, and it's the same process. You call the number, they can connect you with someone. I actually have seen people, clients who were the child of an employee, but because the employee is part of that EAP network, the child gets the benefit and they can have access to it. So those services are there, those resources are there to help you. So I encourage people to use them as much as they can because, hey, it's already there. Quick recap. Benefits of calling your EAP during this pandemic. First is that it's a benefit that you already earned. It's there for you whether you use it or not. 2, it can give you access to resources to help you cope. They have a lot of different things out there that they may be able to provide you with, even if you just need a little bit of support. 3, many of them have 24-hour telephonic support. So if the stress kicks in at 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever the time is, you may still be able to connect with somebody and get help at that time. 4, it gives you free access to a therapist, a private therapist. You can have your private therapy sessions that just as if you went through your insurance company, and it's usually 5 to 6 and sometimes renewable sessions. And of course, it is available to your family. So if your children are struggling, if your spouse is struggling and they don't have a job that has EAP, reach out to your own EAP and get them some help. As always, whether it's you or someone you know who may be going through something that is more than you can handle, remember that there's a lot of help out there. Even right now, when many things are closed, you have therapists and other professionals like myself who are providing remote services and because of that are available and ready to help anybody if you need it. So make sure you find out who those people are in your community so that you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.